السلام عليكم السلام عليكم السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Finish by السلام to you guys, okay?
حتى السلام مش عايزين يردوا.
Yeah, I mean I can't even say السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Good morning everybody. الحمد لله نسأل الله تعالى أن يتقبل صلاتنا صلاة الصبح in his house and to keep us under his own protection and provision يا رب العالمين. سبحان الله والحمد لله ولا إله إلا الله والله أكبر. اللهم اغفر لنا، اللهم ارحمنا، اللهم ارزقنا، اللهم اهدنا إلى ما تحب وترضى. فمن يهدي الله فهو المهتد ومن يضلل فلن تجد له وليا مرشدا. Today is the last episode, so it's gonna make some people happy. Okay, and start smiling from now in غزوة أحد. But I just want to mention that, you know, we're not really talking here just for entertainment or telling stories, you know. We're talking to, maybe we can learn something. Maybe you can have some good model or role model we can follow, you know. It might help us. Even I said maybe like 20 episodes on Ghazwat Uhud, okay? But at least you can extract some stuff from it. So let's today, before we move to the next battle, okay, let's just see what did we learn from Ghazwat Uhud. دروس مستفادة. Good lessons we learned from Ghazwat Uhud. Number one, we learned the value of being optimistic and being patient and steadfast and sacrifice and to be content with what Allah has decided for you. That was actually covering, you know, everything during the battle. We also learned that we have to avoid hypocrisy. Okay? Hypocrisy is a very bad habit. Okay, and we've seen Abdullah ibn Abi Salul, okay, and we see that this is really very bad, you know, for the community, that cause the community to be destructive. Okay? And we see very important thing that we really have to follow Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. We have to follow what he's telling us, because what he's telling us is actually what Allah is telling us. Allah is telling Sayyidina Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, and Sayyidina Muhammad is telling us. So if we want to love Allah, okay, we have to love Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. By what? By following his footsteps. And Allah said in Surah Al-Imran, قل إن كنتم تحبون الله فاتبعوني يحببكم الله ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم والله غفور رحيم. Okay, that's Rasulullah, you know. If you really want Allah to love you, you know, you love Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Okay. Also, we learned that we really have to face all hardships, you know, all calamities in our life by patience and by stood fast and with full of optimism, okay? And don't get, you know, distracted or don't get pessimistic. You don't get, always be optimistic. Things is gonna be happening good. Even if you're facing and you're seeing a calamity in front of you, okay? Just think of, you know, Allah will take that over, okay? أنا عند ظن عبدي بي. So you think of Allah good, okay? Things is gonna be good, okay? No matter what. And also, in during the whole episodes which we mentioned, Allah wanted to examine the hearts of the Muslims and to try, you know, show them who are the hypocrites, and warning them from, you know, their doings. Just be careful of the hypocrites. And we've seen Abdullah ibn Ubay ibn Abi Salul, how bad he was. He was pretending that he was Rasulullah, but, you know, we see what he did. He took, you know, 1/3 of the army, you know, to convince them to go and retreat. And also we learned, okay, how dangerous is to love الدنيا, only الدنيا, and you don't think of الآخرة. Okay? إيثار الدنيا على الآخرة. And ذلك actually make you lose, you're not going to be successful either in the dunya or in akhirah. If you really, you give too much weight to the dunya and you don't think of the akhirah, that's not really good for you. Okay? And also, okay, when they start having rumors that Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam was killed, okay, this is, this Allah actually, he's telling the Muslim, you guys wake up, open your eyes, okay? Even if Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam was killed or anything, just you have to stay united, you have to stay together, okay? Rasulullah eventually, and we are all dying. So what we're going to be doing? Are we going to be just, be doing everything we want to do? No. That's Rasulullah. As long as you're with us, okay, we're following him. Even if he's not with us, okay, we still have to follow his footsteps because he left us a very good, regime or very good things to follow, okay? Also, we learned that how merciful Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam was with his companion. He was so merciful. He was so kind. He was white-hearted with all of them. فلو كان فظا غليظا ما التفت حوله القلوب المش. If he was really harsh, okay, the people would just get away from him. He was so kind. When he asked the guys to stay on the mountain and stay there and don't move no matter what happened, okay, and and they didn't listen to him and they went up, went down, and that was probably part of the defeat of the Muslims. If we say defeat, okay, caused so many people to die, okay, they didn't listen to him, all right, and he didn't really. He wasn't really harsh with them. He didn't complain to them. He didn't really,
He didn't blame anyone.
Huh?
He did not blame anyone.
He didn't blame anyone. Okay, he was so kind, with them, and what happens is what happens, and Subhanallah Ta'ala, he said in Surah Al-Imran. By the way, Surah Al-Imran describes so many things in Ghazwat Uhud. Like Surah what describes in Badr, Surah Al-Anfal. Also Surah Al-Anfal is taking care of so many scenes and so many things happening. Al-Anfal for the Badr and Al-Imran for Ghazwat Uhud. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he said in Surah Al-Imran, فَبِمَا رَحْمَةٍ مِّنَ اللَّهِ لِنْتَ لَهُمْ ولو كنت فظا غليظ القلب لانفضوا من حولك فاعفوا عنهم واستغفر لهم وشاورهم في الأمر فإذا عزمت فتوكل على الله إن الله يحب المتوكلين. That's Surah Al-Imran, verse 150. What Allah is saying, He say, by the mercy of Allah, you were so kind to them. He's talking to the Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. I give you, mercy, and then you were really kind to your followers. And if you really were harsh and you were not kind with them, they will leave you. Okay, and we've seen so many times they were obeying him no matter what assignment he's giving to them. Do you know that he's going to somewhere, he's might die, but they were obeying him, and Allah was saving them. Okay. بل إن رحمة الرسول صلى الله عليه وسلم شملت الكافرين. Also, Rasulullah was also merciful with Muslims. He was also merciful even with unbelievers. I mean, when he ordered his people to bury the disbelievers, not only for the Muslim, also the disbelievers. Okay, and while he was really hit and was bleeding and everything, okay, and he said, he was hurt so much. كسرت رباعيته, and you know he was bleeding, you know, and his shoulder, you know, somebody hit him on his shoulder. He was really very bad shape. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he got so much hit in Ghazwa, and he was saying, okay, كيف يفلح قوم شجوا وجه نبيهم وكسروا رباعيته وهو يدعوهم إلى الله اللهم اغفر لقومي فإنهم لا يعلمون. While he's in that bad condition, he says, he's just wondering how come people will think they're gonna be successful. People who really hurt their Rasul and abused him, and you know all of those things they did for Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Allahumma اغفر لهم. اللهم اغفر لقومي فإنهم لا يعلمون. They don't really know. Okay, Allah asking for ghufran for his people, even that bad condition he was in. Okay.
Allah, he asking for hidayah for them because maghfirah for the mu'minin.
Huh?
اللهم اهد قومي واغفر لقومي.
Yeah.
اللهم اهد قومي.
اللهم اغفر لقومي فإنهم لا يعلمون.
اغفر لهم because قومي means the kuffar, those who hurt them. اغفر لهم, he cannot ask him maghfirah for kafir. اللهم اهد قومي.
اللهم اهد قومي فإنهم لا يعلمون.
Allah guide them because they don't know.
Like سيدنا عيسى, you know, اغفر لهم فإنهم لا يعلمون. سيدنا
انت
عيسى
تعذبهم في نوع ده حاجه ثانيه بس
Yeah.
هي هنا اللهم اهد قومي.
اللهم اهد قومي
المغفره مش للكافر لا.
اللهم اهد قومي فإنهم لا يعلمون.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, and the result of this one was really reflected, you know. You see Abu Sufyan later on, radiallahu anhu, okay, during the battle of Uhud, he was saying, oh, Hubal. That's during the battle of, but after that, he said, La ilaha illallah. See, changing 180 degrees
Yeah.
because of the mercy and, you know, for dua Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam laqawm. Okay, and also we see another example, Wahshi, the Abyssinian guy who killed Sayyidina Hamza radiallahu anhu, okay, he killed him, and later on he regretted it and he adopted Islam, and he killed one of the worst people on earth, Musaylam al-Kazzab, later on.
Yeah.
So by being nice, even with your enemies, okay, you never know, your enemy might become your friend after all, okay. So don't be despair, you know, from somebody who really hurt you. Just to be nice to him, and hopefully he will be coming back to you, okay. And in Surah Al-Imran, almost about 60 verses have been revealed in Surah Al-Imran describing what happened, you know, in the Battle of Uhud. Also, we learned that مبدأ الشورى, consulting Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he can say, do this one, you guys do this one, you will do it, and this is the right one, okay. But even though he would like to make sure that, you know, taking the opinion of everybody, okay, even if somebody said something really very convincing, okay, he will lean towards that opinion, okay. So the consulting among all the Sahaba and take the best decision they come to do it. And also ثبات الرسول صلى الله عليه وسلم وشجاعته في الميدان رغم رجوع عبد الله بن أبي سلول. Abdullah ibn Abi Sulul, he took one third, 300 people. He convinced them, just you guys don't follow, you know, don't go and with Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. And unfortunately, 300 people from Sahaba just really went out, you know, without, you know, listen to that hypocrite person. But Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, he stood fast, and he was deciding to go. Even he lost one third of his army, okay. And also we've seen in so many events حسن القيادة, how Rasulullah was really a good leader. He was a commander of a chief. He knows how to take the decision, when to take the decision, how to take the decision, the right decision, okay, no matter what the condition is. And also we learned that المعاصي ومخالفة أوامر الله تعالى ورسوله سبب الهزيمة. If you really believe Rasulullah, and if you don't really believe Rasulullah, and if you don't believe Allah, of course, too, okay, this is actually will be a reason for you to get it bad for you. Okay, and also we learned that الأخذ بأسباب النصر المادي. You have when you do something, okay, you have to say Allah will do it for me, but you don't sit on your butts, you don't do nothing. You have to do your job, you have to do your duty. تأخذ بالأسباب. تأخذ بالأسباب. You got sick, okay, don't sit in home and say Allah will recover me. I'm not gonna do. No, go see a doctor, go take the medication, and knowing that Allah will cure you. Not the medication, but you have to do that. Okay? Allah is not going to cure you if you don't do that. So al-akhz bil-asbab always. Okay? Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, okay, in the battle of Uhud, okay, one time he just walked out, okay, wearing the, you know, the attire of the war. Okay, he's ready to go. He's ready to go. Okay, although he knows that Allah actually prevented him from being killed. Okay, and also we learned how much the Sahaba, the companions, loved Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Okay, and when the army of Abu Sufyan gathered around Rasulullah, 9 people around him was just shielding him around him to protect him from being injured or being killed. And out of those 9 people, 7 died, okay, the protector for Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, and the 2 people actually were saved, Sa'd ibn Abi Waqqas wa Talha ibn Ubaidillah. Okay, those are the only 2 people out of the 9 have been saved. Okay, and most importantly, okay, see Allah, how Allah is Rahim, and He was really consoling the Muslims, you know. They felt they were really depressed a little bit, they lost so many people, okay, so Allah is consoling them. He said, don't be sad, you know, whatever you faced, the Adows also have faced. You injured, the other army has been injured, okay. يقول الله سبحانه وتعالى إن يمسسكم قرح فقد مس القوم قرح مثله. If you have been hurt, the other people also got hurt. وتلك الأيام نداولها بين الناس. And this is actually for one day for you, one day against you, and so on. You know, it's go on. So don't be despair, okay. وليعلم الله الذين آمنوا ويتخذ منكم شهداء والله لا يحب الظالمين. Okay? And وليمحص الله الذين آمنوا ويمحق الكافرين. That's again. Huh? ويمحق الكافرين. ويمحق الكافرين. That's again Surah Al-Imran, verse 140 and 41. And the last thing is be careful of the Jewish. Okay, excuse me if there's any Jewish among us, be careful with them. Okay, be careful with the Jewish. Even if they are so nice to you, deep inside they are really wicked. Okay, be careful. You remember Al-Ansar one time? The Al-Ansar, the people of Mecca, or the people of Yathrib, or the people of Medina. Okay, Al-Ansar, one time they went to Rasulullah, Ya Rasulullah, shall we ask help of our people, the Yahud? They were living also in Medina. Shall we ask them to come and help us? He said, no, we don't really need them. We don't really want them to be among us. Okay, and this is actually one of the wisdom and how Rasulullah can see far ahead. He can see what would be the danger of those people if really they join him. Okay, so those are what I managed to extract from Ghazwat Uhud, okay, and I'm sure you learned other things more important than that. Okay, any questions? I'm done today.
Do you have any question?
About the Yahud?
I think he missed
No,
the smoke.
but there are some good Yahuds, you know, we have some good Yahuds among us, it's all right, it's okay. Okay, Allahumma inni da'an fa minhu. اللهم ارزقنا إجابة الدعاء وصلاح الأبناء وحسن الأداء بركة العمر والعطاء. اللهم اجعلنا مما يستمعون القول فيتبعون أحسنه. اللهم اجعلنا من الشاكرين لنعمك والراضين برزقك والذاكرين لفضلك والمسبحين بحمدك. اللهم طمن قلوبنا لما تحمله الأقدار وطهر قلوبنا بالتوبة ونقها من الحقد والحسد وهب لنا العافية والمعافاة في الدنيا والآخرة واغفر لنا ولوالدينا وادخلنا الجنة برحمتك يا رحمن يا رحمن يا رحيم. وصلى الله وسلم على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. Thank you very much.
إجابة
Thank you.
ما واحد anymore.
Yeah, no more. Yeah.